Hello, welcome to the curve.
You are?
Curvy.
I am too.
Yes.
But I'm curvy and called Meghan Bradley, and you are?
I'm curvy and I'm called Kat Leonard.
Love it.
We here at the Curve like to do things that deviate from the straight and narrow.
And I think today's show is going to be a deviation.
I believe it.
It's what we do best.
Yes.
I have an Ativan that I just kind of keep there for emergencies.
Yeah.
Is there something that you take? Do you go in a dark room? What do you do?
Well, this is the tricky thing, right? I still have some Tylenol 3s left over from another incident from last year, and I'm like, is it Tylenol 3 time? Because you don't want to putz around with having just a Tylenol 2 or an aspirin or something if later you're going to indulge in the Tylenol 3 again, right?
That's right.
So
I think a lot of people do this.
Oh, I think so too, and I think people are self-diagnosing a lot.
Yes.
They're sick and searching on the internet.
It's true.
And there's pitfalls, and the pitfalls do not end at you are diagnosing yourself incorrectly. Like sometimes I'll go into a healthcare professional and I want to kind of help them out. I know they're stressed for time, and I kind of want to say, you know, like I've narrowed it down, and I think I have this.
Oh, that doesn't work out well.
Not always.
Can I share a story?
I would love for you to.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to share a weird thing that happened.
I love weird things.
I had a weird thing. So every time I was eating my peanut butter sandwiches, my beloved peanut butter sandwiches, my left part of my face would completely swell. And I thought, oh, it better not be a peanut allergy. Am I allergic to something? But then it started happening with other things that I ate. But it was just the left side, and then it would eventually go down. I'm like, what's this about?
That's weird.
So of course you're gonna do a little online research.
So what do you search for that? Like left side blow?
Yeah, just while eating, left side of face inflames, or just I put it in different ways.
And the beauty of the internet is someone before you has written that exact same sentence.
Exactly. And when I do it, I try to think as simplistically as possible.
Yeah,
how
totally.
Somebody
and how they would spell it.
Exactly. So I put it in, and of course, sure enough, it comes into a blocked saliva gland. Have you ever heard of this?
Oh, no.
No. So you can
I get the concept, though.
Yeah, you can get crystals caught in your saliva gland so that it doesn't produce saliva, and so when you eat, it gets inflamed, and then you get the swelling.
So the saliva, is it building up in your face? And just not secreting into your mouth?
So what I've learned is you have several saliva glands. I can't remember the name of them right now, but there's 2 or 3.
I think there's salivary glands.
Sure. Salivary glands?
For saliva.
For saliva.
I'm quite certain.
So there's my first problem.
I would bet.
So there's my first problem.
That. Okay.
So you've got 3 apparently, and the one that I had was just right before my ear in my cheek. And so I went into the walk-in clinic finally and said, you know, we got to kind of deal with this. It's not a
Did you go in while swollen? Or because that's the thing too, you're always like, I have this thing, you can't see it now.
Yes. Yeah. And to do the very thing, the courtesy in which you spoke of.
Yeah.
She said, what's the matter today? I told her, and she said, well, what makes you think you have it? And I said the dreaded 2 words. I online searched. Yeah, she lost her mind and actually said, if everybody did that, what do you need the medical system for? And she took great offense. But this is not the first doctor that has taken offense to online searching. So I could say that.
Are they feeling a little insecure?
I think maybe because when I did Google the salivary gland issue, I could have had a salivary gland blockage or HIV. And I think that's where the problem lies.
She wanted you to have HIV?
No, I think it's the extremes in which when you online search, that headache could have been something.
Brain tumor?
You could just
have
a headache, or you could have gone to the dark place because it gives you those.
And you never know because you hear about those stories. Oh, they didn't think it was anything. They just went to sleep and then didn't wake up.
That's right. And
so
that
you
plays
don't know.
In the back of
exactly.
your head too.
And then you look stupid and dead for doing that, or you look stupid for being a hypochondriac. Like,
That's
what
right.
do you?
So what do you
where
do?
Do you err?
Or do you err on the side of caution? I say err on the side of caution. Just don't mention that you online search. Keep that little one to yourself.
Right.
When you're in the medical community, I think that's the way
Well,
to
you know,
do it.
I think there's going to be a time where you go into a clinic or something and you key in all your symptoms and you put your hand into a hole and they do some bleeping and pressurizing and they will give you what you have, and prescription will come out like a receipt, and you take it up to the front corner, order that in a double, and you're on your way. Unless there's something, more nefarious, in which case maybe your slip says see somebody else, and it'll have a time frame like go ASAP or go within the next 3 months.
Ooh.
I'll bet you that's coming.
It sounds convenient and terrifying all at the same time,
I
doesn't
know.
it?
Well, you know, like in office buildings now,
Yeah.
there are no receptionists in a lot of them. It's a
That's true.
machine.
That's true.
Who do you want to see? And you pick from the name, and you have to put in your credentials and your scan your license, and so they know who you are, and then you're able to go in or not.
Oh my goodness! You know, you could be very right about this, because even as it is now, I mean, what have you ever had a doctor's appointment longer than 10 minutes?
I have, but I get your point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very quick. It's very quick, and a lot of them don't touch you anymore. And I don't think
Yes.
it's just me because I've been blacklisted.
What did you do the last time you were there?
It was a while. It was like half an hour, 45 minutes.
But do you know that, and I still get a little nervous when the doctor comes in, because I know that I've only got a few precious minutes, and you can feel that pressure to
And you want to
talk
go
quickly.
down the list. This hurts, that
Yeah.
hurts, this,
I
why
make
does
a
this
list.
itch?
I make a list now. I go in, I put
because you'll forget.
I put the medications that I'm on, I put what it is I want to talk to them about, and sometimes, because I just want to be sure, I hand them a copy. Let's get through
I
that.
thought you were going to say coffee, just to butter them
That
up.
too, maybe, if that's what
Sometimes
they want.
you have to. Because always, when I leave the doctor, I feel guilty. In fact, I had to stop seeing a chiropractor, not for the reasons you think, because I wasn't doing anything healthy for me outside of the visits.
Oh, interesting.
And they'll be like, well, how do you eat? How do you sleep? Do you exercise? And it's like, no. And I feel like they're saying, then, like, why should I fix you if you're not even trying to help yourself?
Yeah, and that leads a good question too. Our differences between our health and our attitudes towards health. How would you rate yourself, Kat Leonard, in terms of health?
They talk about being the most healthy person is doing 90% of the time good things for them, and 10%.
That doesn't add up, really. I like it.
Anyway,
80. Let's go 80-20.
Let's go 80-20.
Sure.
I feel like I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really good. Like I do feel better when I exercise, I meditate, and I try to make good, healthy decisions, specifically now because I'm dealing with Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune thing, so I'm trying to eat healthy. Yeah. However, there's another part of me that just wants chocolate and cookies and chips and burgers all the time, and there's no off for me.
Yeah.
It just keeps going in until it's gone.
So you're either in your good place or you're in your bad place, but it's not like
I'm not a moderator.
See, and that's where I'm different, is I'm like you. I would say I'm 50-50, but I'll do it all in one day. Like yesterday I had my kale salad.
That's a balanced diet, I think.
Kale salad and pizza, though. You didn't let me get to the end of my sentence.
That's balanced.
Okay.
Because you have good and bad, right? That's what
guess,
they mean,
but
right?
I do it within my day. So I'll do a lot of things right in my day, but I will do a lot of things wrong in my day. But I don't do it, so I won't go on, like, I think you go through time periods where you're like all not great food or all good food. I do that within my day. Yeah, so that's interesting. But either way, you and I are far from the 80-20 rule.
Yes, we are.
We things to do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are far from the 80-20 rule.
I think so too. And it's funny because, I mean, there is a difference with how you feel when you're doing the right things.
Yes.
Right? And if you take coffee, for instance, as well. We talked to a juicer on an episode previous, and she talked about, she takes coffee out of her diet for 4 months out of the year because it's, she feels better. It's amazing. And I asked her, well, then why do you not take it out all the time?
That's right.
There's something, because the taste overrides the feeling, that immediate
I love it.
gratification.
It's one of, how they talk about happiness being in moments? The smell of coffee in the morning makes me happy every single time. I could drive by Tim Hortons just to let them open their window, or any coffee place, it doesn't matter.
Do you do that? Do you go through the drive-thru just to take a whiff?
Just to smell it. No, I will order
and then
something.
you're like, oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong place.
No, I will order something.
Sorry, wrong house.
But I only have one
Does Jason
coffee a
live here?
day, so I might be going through a coffee place just to get something else, maybe a water or whatever I'm getting.
What? Wait, hold on. You go through a coffee place just to get a water?
Do you know that I will only have one coffee a day? Yeah.
You said that. I should have listened.
Yeah, that's okay.
You really stick to
But
it
the
then.
smell. Oh my gosh,
I know.
The smell is the happiest smell on the planet, so it is a hard one to break.
It is.
And I think too, our hormones have a lot to do with it. I have shifting hormones. I know where I am in my month, because I know that this is going to be the day that there's just not enough food, and then there's a day that I will physically wrestle someone for a piece of chocolate.
Yeah,
too?
yeah. Well, it's funny because I'm not as in tune to my body as that.
Okay.
So I don't really see the difference.
The violence. So the violence and the chocolate never play a role.
Well, I always have chocolate in my pocket for myself.
You do?
So I don't let.
Is it there right now?
I don't share the pocket chocolate.
You don't share the pocket chocolate.
No, it's just always there so that my
That's
happiness is not dependent on somebody else.
I like it. I like
You always
it.
should have a treat on you. On your
I don't
person.
have it on my person, but I have taken, I am that person because I have kids and I have a husband with a sweet tooth. I have taken to hiding treats around the house. I totally do that.
Would they eat it if they saw it?
Yes, in a minute.
That's rude.
It's rude, but it's a reality.
Yeah,
So
that's a reason to live alone.
Yeah, so
actually.
I hide my little treats around the house because when you want them, you want them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Absolutely.